Hello, welcome to my rug. Welcome to what's hopefully going to be quite a quick review of this pilot watch. This is a San Martin SN030-Q. And apparently this is a version 2. San Martin is a AliExpress brand. If you've never been on AliExpress, beware the temptations. Lots of homage watch brands on there. San Martin is sort of on the upper scale of price. You tend to be £200-300 for some of their Seiko, Rolex type homages. This isn't really a homage. This is just a pilot watch. However, it is a good pilot's watch. So this is the dimensions are 39 by 49, which is a bit unusual, I think. 39, not unusual. That's a good size for a pilot watch if you've got smaller wrists. 49 makes it not a small watch. So if you're thinking you're a 39mm kind of watch wearer, you might struggle with a 49 because it's gonna, the lugs are gonna hang over the edge. It's quite nice and thin. I measure that to be about 12.5, but then the sapphire isn't completely inside the pressed into the case, and the case back does sort of stick out slightly. As I mentioned, sapphire. It has a little bit of blue AR, but not so much as to render it completely useful. What I mean by that is this watch has loads of AR on it, and so even when it's in full sun, you can still see the dial. This one, when it's in full sun, you get that. You sort of can't. So anyway, it's better than none, I suppose. And it is made from bronze. So if you've never had a bronze watch before, when they arrive, they're nice and shiny. And then if they're wrapped up properly, and over time they oxidize, just being out in the elements, being touched by your skin, and it darkens. So this watch I've had this for about 6 months, and I wear this a lot, and it's darkened. I've took this on holiday. I've sort of dipped my hand in the sea. I've taken it to watch my kids go swimming. It's quite humid in there. All those sorts of things affect it, and I don't know whether the camera's picking that up, but there's a bit of blue between the bezel and the case. It comes on this. Oh, inside, I should really mention the movement. Is I think over lockdown, over COVID, there was an issue with getting hold of Seiko movements, the NH35 or 36, I guess, if it's a no date. But anyway, as you can see, there's no date, which is quite common. This is an Orient movement, so the same kind of movement as you'd get in this, the Ray 2. It's a YN55A, they call it, which is similar to, if you're similar to Seiko movements, NH35s, it's basically the same. It is hacking, it is hand winding, it is an automatic movement, and it does have a ghost date. It has a screw down crown and a screw down case back, so it is going to be, you're not going to take this diving, are you? But if you get caught in the rain, it's not going to flood it. And one of the things I like about this is the screw down mechanism seems to be in steel, so it's popped out. If I pop that all the way out, the actual threads are steel. I've got a bronze watch where the threads are bronze, and once you've misthreaded it, that's it. And the actual winding of it, it's a bit noisy and a bit gritty, but that's what the Orient movements feel like. Just misthreaded it there. And I wear this, like I said before, I wear this watch a lot. It's just really comfy. The strap's really nice. This is one of the few times I've bought a watch and kept it on its strap. Signed bronze buckle, signed crown. One thing I've noticed with this is the blue doesn't so when it oxidizes on some bronze watches, if they don't have you're always going to get a steel or titanium case back on a bronze watch usually, because if bronze gets sweaty on the skin, the salt oxidizes it and then you get blue. Bronze is one of those things, you're either going to love it or you hate it. I personally like it on a smaller watch, but when it comes to a bigger watch, it becomes a bit too steampunky. But if you're into steampunk, bronze is going to be your one for the win. The loom on this is amazing, apart from the second hand, which isn't loomed. Everything else is loomed. and it brightens up straight away. That's one of the things you can say about these homage watches. Usually the looms are brilliant. This is not a homage watch, really. This is a pilot watch. The style has been replicated across many, many brands for roughly the same. Well, for a little bit more, you could pick up a Seiko 5, which has a sort of pilot look about it. Laco, the basic one, Type A. This would be a Type A watch. Is sort of similar. So overall, this is a killer watch. This is, you want a pilot watch. You want to spend about £100, but you want an automatic. This is definitely one to consider. AliExpress watches, you pay your money, you take your chance. You know, you're not paying a huge amount of money, and it's questionable assemblage. It's not like you're getting a Seiko which has been made in a quality controlled factory and all of this. I mean, I'm not casting aspersions on them, but you know, I've had about an 80-20% success rate with watches. 80% of them are great, 20% of them they're not, and there's something wrong with them, or something's been misadvertised, and that comes with the territory, I guess. I'm just going to plop it on. So I've got a 7.5 inch wrist, and you'll see what I mean. It's a bit of a strange one. I mean, I did because of this. I tried on a Seiko Alpinist, which is 39 or 38.5, sorry, and it did not wear like this. This, I think, is a good size for me on a 7.5 inch wrist, but that's because of the lugs. Look how long the lugs are. The lugs are incredible. If you've got smaller wrists, this is not. I think this is going to be a struggle for you, because it's going to be sitting over the side, so the strap's not going to curve around. It's going to sort of stick out. But it is comfy. It's not. It feels sturdy on you. It doesn't feel particularly heavy. It's legible. It's everything you sort of want from a watch. And they do this in steel as well. So if you're not a massive fan of bronze, go for the steel. So this is one of those this is a definite win for me. I would recommend this to somebody if they wanted a pilot watch. And if you want to give bronze a go, but you don't want to pay through the nose for it, this is definitely one to pick up. And like I say, the loom is lovely and bright. There's everything sort of ticks the boxes. There's only been one minor fail on this, and that is, I've never taken the strap off this, because I love this strap. It's ever so comfortable, but it's quick release, and you can see I've got the bar there, but that one, I mean, they're just screw-in bars, but obviously it unscrewed itself. I've never taken the strap off. Is it leather? Don't know. Doesn't say. Am I bothered if it's leather? Not particularly. If it's comfortable and it lasts, then that's kind of everything I need to know. And that's kind of it, really. Oh, the dial. One of the things I like about it, it's got no logo on it. Pilot watches tend to be plain, and it is a matte black. So yeah, this is quite an underrated basic watch, and the bronze gives it a little bit of character. The only trouble with bronze is you don't get any variation with, you know, it comes shiny and then it ends up looking like this. You can get it back to the way it was, I think, with lemon juice or something. It's worth googling that. So that's the review done. If you've got any thoughts on the matter, if you've got one of these and you've had a different experience, give me a shout. If you've got slimmer wrists, I'd love to see some feedback on whether or not it sits well on, say, a 6.5 inch, which a 39mm would be ideal for. Okay, thanks.